Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Respected Ustads and my dear Mutalim friends. Today I would like to express my topic is empowerment of the Mohalla in our Jamaat committee. What is empowerment? Empowering the Mohalla means helping the community to improve their lives by providing their good education, housing and employment. Take an assumption of a one Mohalla Jamaat committee. This analysis represent as a, this is not a real, this is a survey only of a example, assumption. A socio-economic distribution says that 48% of middle class and 32% of poor, 20% of a rich. The middle class have to follow the poor, they does not have to follow rich. Because empowerment of the Mohalla need to decrease the poverty line in Mohalla. So Mohalla have to need to focus on uplifting of the poor and providing equal opportunity to all. For this, we can take a solution for this. One, zakat awareness. We have to give a awareness of a zakat, providing financial support to the poor, healthcare, housing and anything. We have to make a community center in our Mohalla. We have to give awareness. Zakat is not only in the time of a Ramadan. We have to give awareness. Second point, we can take the avoid extravagance. Extravagance refers to spending money on unnecessary luxuries, lavish wedding, events, purchasing luxury items. We have to avoid this. Second, next analysis represent as a housing ownership in the Mohalla. In this chart represent as a 65% of a own homes. Remaining 35% they does not have a home. In the 28% they have a home. They does not have a home. They are paying the rent and lease. They are staying in that. Then remaining 7% have a land but lack of resources. They does not have money to build a home. This is the problem of our Mohalla. Mohalla have to improve critically solution for a houses. For this solution we can take that mutual understanding in neighbors community for a 7% people who have a land. Then 1 week before, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Hakim Azhari Ustad posted on his Facebook account, one Mutahallim and Hafiz student is the student of Markaz Knowledge City. He is not a Mutahallim, he is also a LLB student. His father is a daily wager. Mutahallim does not have a home. So one rich Mutahallim village, rich person contributed one new home to the Mutahallim. This types of a solution, this type of a rich person in our village, they are contributing a home, we can get a solution for a housing ownership in Mohalla. Next slide analysis represent as a employment category in our Mohalla. In this, 23% are working in abroad, 48% are working in daily wages. Half of the people are working daily wages. And 10% have their own business, factories, industries, etc. There are more 80% of unemployment skill and only 1% of government sector. We have to improve a government sector. We have to decrease the unemployment in our Mohalla. So we have to make a one community civil service exam, community center for our Mohalla, coaching center in our Mohalla. For become a UPSC exam, for become a IAS, IPS and KS, KPS. These types of a government sector people have to come in our Mohalla to get a solution for that. Then we can take a solution for that. First, we have to give skill development programs. Skill development programs get a better job and job security. We have to give a job security that people are going to abroad. This job is suitable to me for a lifetime. We have to give a job security to them. Then we can take a schemes for a daily wages. New schemes for a daily wages we can give. We can give a then we can take this types of a represent. I said that this is the example for our Mohalla. This is not a real. So why we can't make in our Mohalla? Why we can't make? What can we do? What role should we play in empowering in our mohalla? Let's think. Let's think. I'm saying this. I'm concluding my talk. Salam.
In which context you refer that mohalla? It's belong to a Muslim community, or you you
Yes.
taken as a whole as a community or
No,
all?
this is a Muslim. We can. I take it this types of the Muslim because yeah, I said that zakat awareness. We can understand that.
Okay. From where do you got that statistics?
It's done by my own.
How you referred? You have collected any data from?
No, no, I did by myself only.
Which is the base data to that statistics?
I can't
Which is the base data to that statistics? ಮೂಲ ಆಧಾರ ಯಾವುದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗೆ? Which is the base data?
Empowerment of the mohalla means to improve our mohalla.
Yeah, I got that. It is the base for that statistics.
Can't understand. Question.
ಆ ಅಂಕಿಅಂಶಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೂಲ ಆಧಾರ ಯಾವುದು? From where you collected that?
By myself.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಂಕಿಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಲೈಕ್ 42% ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪುವರ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ. am I correct 42% ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪುವರ್. ಟೇಕ್ ದಟ್ So how did you get that data? From your own you are created? If it is so, how it will be ideal to other society?
From
Like-
Wikipedia.
No, I am not asking Wikipedia. This context, you are just showing this context to some other Jamaat, right? So my Jamaat may be rich people 40%, or poor people maybe 20%, or middle class maybe 20%.
First of all, I said that this is the only example. This is the only example. This is not real. First of all, I said that thing. I said that this is not a real. This is the only example. Because giving the awareness of people to improve community, to make a survey in our mohalla. This is a thing I did for this presentation. This is not original. This is
So you accept that this percentage of people, those who are living in that community, only applicable for this range of people, those who are living in their Jamaat. So you are accepting it only this survey is applicable only for the religion or a Jamaat where the people are living in this context, like poor are 32% or rich 20%, middle class 48%. It is not allocated or applicable for other Jamaat. Only this will be applicable only for this type of people living in the Jamaat itself.
okay. We can say that empowerment of the mohalla. I said that first. We have to give awareness to people. We have to make our survey in our Jamaat. Making this presentation, my opinion is that we have to make in our Jamaat, and we can get a solution. No, we can get solution for that. No, for that I make this types of a topic.
Do you think the ratio between do you think that the ratio between rich and poor will balance that socio-economic conditions of Muslims or in a mohalla? You said there are 10% of rich people as per your presentation, and 40% 40 to 50% are poor. The gap between these two numbers, do you think it's possible to uplift the mohalla or the uplift of our community?
Okay. I'm saying that in this, the empowerment of the mohalla need to improve their poverty line. Okay. First of all, the rich, we have to give awareness of zakat. We have to appoint one trusted people to the zakat community center. So we can get the community center have to give the money to the poor.
What do you think that the basic need to upliftment of a Jamaat or upliftment of a mohalla is a basic need? Yeah. You said zakat. Before that, do you think any basic need that need to our society to what to come forward socially or economically? Do you think any basic need?
Okay, I think that basic need that the empowerment of Mohalla need to improve their poverty line, and they have to come in. Mohalla have to decrease the unemployment. They have to give Mohalla have to give a education to all.
Before. Adal. Second point you are explained, avoid extra wages, right? So how would you reduce that lavish wedding events? Like if I am a rich, this guy is poor. So I am making a nikah. That's it. That is halal, right? That is a social habit. What we are doing. So I'm rich. So I'm giving mutton biryani. This guy is giving chicken biryani. Let me know how you are going to socialize or balance this context. So how would you reduce in that the expenses of lavish wedding or any other events?
I said that extravagance means lavish wedding. That's a mutton biryani, chicken, which is a normal in every marriage. Making a highest quality, that's expensive to invitation. For one invitation 3,000, that's a waste of money, no? That of in that money we can give the poor. Okay, that's the type of a thinking we have to come in ourselves. We have to give awareness to the peoples. Okay, understand?
Okay, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Myself Muhammad Suhail from 2nd BCom. In this mesmerizing occasion of Fidaak 6.0, I am here to present a PowerPoint presentation regarding my topic, the impact of social media on mental health. In this presentation, we will explore the subjects like introduction to social media, the role of social media on mental health, positive and negative effects of social media, and one of the most significant negative effects, the social media addiction and growth concern. And finally, we have the strategies for healthy use of social media. Without wasting any time, first of all, we have introduction to social media. Social media refers to online platform and a network which enable user to connect, share, and interact with other content. It also enables user to post text, messages, and videos, engaging with other contents through like, comment, and other forms of interaction. Next, we have understanding social media's role in mental health. Social media significantly influence mental health by shaping how individuals connect, pursue, and communicate with themselves. It can serve as in both positive and negative effects. First of all, we have positive effects of social media on mental health. Social media offers several benefits to mental health when it is used positively and mindfully. In first point, we have building connection. Social media helps people to stay connected with friends, family, and loved ones, especially when they are in distance, which helps user to reduce isolation and loneliness. Second point, we have mental health resources. Social media provides motivational thoughts, inspirational stories, and other wellness programs which promotes thinking and resilience. And finally, we have increased awareness. Social media spreads awareness about mental health through the campaigns like hashtag end of stigma, hashtag mental health resources, which allows users to access important points and personal tips for their lives. And then we have negative effects of social media on mental health. While social media offers benefits to mental health, its negative effects also concerning. First point, comparison and low self-esteem. Social media often shows us the idealized lifestyles which leads a user to compare himself with others, leading him to advocacy, poor self-esteem and poor self-images. Second one, we have online harassment. One of the most significant issues like cyberbullying, online harassment, trolling are significant issues experienced by all individuals day by day. It can lead one to anxiety, depression and even suicidal thoughts. And finally, we have FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out something. It is when we are compulsively engaged in social media or other contents, we depress, we pressure our mental health to keep up with updates. Next, we have one of the most significant negative effects, the social media addiction and growing concern. Social media addiction can calculated or evaluated how individual uses it. There are some symptoms for addiction of social media. That is compulsive checking. A constant urge to check notification messages continuously, which often disturbs daily routines. Second, we have neglect of offline relationships. In the digital age, our people are engaged in online conversation rather than offline conversation, which makes a user to lack of emotion and feeling to others. And next we have a bar graph which is evaluated by WHO, World Health Organization, in which we can see that in 2010 there are only 40% of people who are individually involved in social media, who are engaged in social media. While seeing 2021, we can see it rise up to 80%, which is double of 2010. In which we can understand the highlights of social media, how it is influencing modern technology, modern communication and culture. And finally, we have strategies for healthy use of social media. Here are some of the tips which helps us to balance between social media and mental health. First one, we have time management, in which we designate a specific time to use social media and expose to certain contents. Second thing, we have mindful engagement, like prioritizing face-to-face conversation rather than online conversation, and becoming more ethical and vigilant while we approach in every matters of social media. And finally, our digital detox, in which we take a break from social media by designating a day or a weekend in which we are completely avoiding social media in use. And finally, we have came to the conclusion of our presentation. In conclusion, the social media taught us that we does not need to wait for an institution or leader to make a change. Social media refers to a determination. It is a tool to bring miracles and change in the world. By saying this, I conclude, and any feedback and question are allowed.
Don't you think the self-control is a good control for using social media? And
Yeah. Definitely. So everything has a sustained limit. If you use, there is an proverb in Kannada, Atiyadare Amrutavu Vishavu, which means even nectar can become poison when it is used exclusively. When we have limits, certain limits, if we do not cross that limit, we can use mindfully and positively.
And you had showed some statistics there, the increase of using of social media. What may be the reasons you listed out? What may be the reasons?
We can say that before pandemic situation, COVID-19, the people, or individual, very low people or estimated very low people are involved in social media. After the pandemic situation, it became a situation where every small young people wanted social media or mobile to conversate or to spread the awarenesses. That is the main reason to exponential growth of social media.
Don't you think that the cheap data provided by various
No, this is not a cheap data.
No.
This is evaluated by WHO,
No.
World Health Organization.
My personal question is, don't you think that the cheap data provided by, I am not saying about that data, internet data, provided by various mobile companies also one of the reason for increasing the social media usage and bullying in social media? Because when we compare before 5-10 years, it may cost 240 for GB. For a GB.
Pardon, sir. Can you repeat?
Before 10-12 years, it cost around 250 rupees for 1 GB data.
You are talking about the cost of internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you think it is also one of the reason for increasing the uses of social media?
No.
Don't you think so?
No, people, the mindset of people, they always prefer low budget rather than high budget. Before decades or 10 years before, there were only 149 per month for data usage. But today, in present situation, 249 is per 1.5 data recharge. The people always take priority of low budget rather than high budget.
So you admit that people purchasing power has increased comparatively. So as you are explained, 149 when there was a 149 rupees per GB, people are using less number, but
No.
now it is increased.
It became a daily basis. All the people are concerning in social media. They need social media in their daily basis. They use constantly to gain information, to communicate with the others, and others like connecting with the others and more. Not because of ratings.
Do you think India also adopt the Australian model of that law that previously enacted there, banning the social media to the children below 16 years? Do you think India also adopt that?
No. They first profounded that we will adopt that when when AI is taking over the world. Once I saw in Twitter that a post is written in banning social media or making avoiding social media use of below 16 age, but not done it.
I'm talking about Australian model. Australia has banned the usage of social media to the children below 16 years. And they have got wide appreciation for that also. Even many of the Western countries and India also thinking about that, because there is a lot of bullying in social media and online platforms. Do you think India should also accept? Because I think
Due to corporate reasons, they will do not. Because if they do that, the economy of India will rise down.
Sir is asking your personal opinion whether it is how you are saying you are supporting to the banning of social media or supporting to continue with actual 50-50. Okay. Thank you.
السلام عليكم بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المخلوقين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Beloved friends, today in this mesmerizing event, I would like to introduce my presentation on the specific topic, the electric vehicle, the future of transportation. The electric vehicle are the vehicles powered by electric motors using batteries or fuel cells. While we seeing the history of the electric vehicles, we might think that the electric vehicles are invented in the recent days. But the first electric vehicle was invented in the 1830s and it gained popularity in 2000s. Okay, on the next one, types of electric vehicles. There are mainly 4 types of electric vehicles. Let's see it by one. At the first one, battery electric vehicles, which are known as BEVs. Here, a large battery is being provided in this vehicle. The battery can be charged through the charger. In these types of vehicles, the vehicles runs only on the electric power. Here, no internal combustion engine is used. Means the vehicle does not run on petrol or diesel. Okay, on the next one, hybrid electric vehicles, which are known as HEVs. Here, the vehicle can run on both electric or gasoline, means petrol or diesel. Here, as same, a large battery is been provided in this vehicle, but the batteries cannot be charged through the charger. Then the question may arise that, then how does the battery get charged? Yes, my friends, when the external force is applied, think that you are driving a vehicle. Suddenly you push the brake. When you push the brake, the external force is been applied here. And through this external force, the battery gets charged through it. It runs almost 32 to 48 kilometers in the battery power when the battery is fully charged. Okay, on the next one, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, which are known as PHEVs. Here, as same, a large battery is been provided here. Here, the batteries can be charged through the charger. Think that you are driving a vehicle on the electric mode. Suddenly, the electric gets down. Then you can switch your vehicle into gasoline, means petrol or diesel. Here, the vehicle runs on almost 32 to it runs 56 kilometers in the electric power when it is fully charged. We can see it can charge it through electric as well as on the gasoline. Okay, on the next one, FCEVs. Here, which is known as fuel cell electric vehicles. Here, as in the normal vehicles, we should add petrol to run the vehicle. As same, here the hydrogen fuel is been added here. We can see that in the middle of that hydrogen fuel, which is the hydrogen tank, where the hydrogen fuel is been added. Here, compared to the other vehicles, the battery size of the fuel cell electric vehicles are smaller. Here, the hydrogen generates the electricity and this vehicle runs through the electric. Okay, on the next one, benefits of electric vehicles. My dear friends, at the first one, reduced greenhouse gas emissions. The electric vehicles can reduce the greenhouse gas emissions from 40 to 70% compared to the other vehicles. Okay, on the next one, lower air pollution. The electric vehicles prevents from the air pollution. It does not release any pollution from it. On next one, lower operating cost compared to the normal vehicles. The operating costs are very cheaper than the normal vehicles. That electricity are cheaper than the gasoline. Okay, on the next one, reduced maintenance. There is no need of oil checking and there is no need of changing of parts compared to the other vehicles. On the next one, government incentives. The electric vehicles have low registration fees and it also has low taxes to the electric vehicles. Okay, on the next one, challenges facing electric vehicles, limited range and charging time. Yes, my friends, the average electric vehicles can run only up to 400 to 500 kilometers, that we can't travel a too long distance. As when we see the charging time of the electric vehicle, it takes up to 12 to 24 hours for charging if the battery wattage is 120 V, and it takes almost 4 to 8 hours for charging if the battery wattage is 240 V. Okay, on high upfront cost compared to the normal vehicles, the price of the batteries and the other parts are very costly. The price of the vehicle starts from 7 lakh and it ends to 1.50 crores. Okay, on the next one, charging infrastructure limitations. Mainly in the rural areas, there is a lackings of charging systems, that the people of rural communities cannot afford the electric vehicles in their region. Battery durability concerns. The battery gets damaged very quickly. After so many uses, like our smartphones, the battery gets dry very soon. And due to changes in temperature, the battery gets damaged. And the next one, we have came to the conclusion of this electric vehicle. As we said that the electric vehicles may have demerits in it, but for the every demerits there is a solution. Like technology is developing day by day, so we can find out the solutions for the every demerits in it. And while taking as an example, I have explained that the electric vehicles takes too long for charging. There is a battery swapping system, like in some stations, in some of the areas there is a system that battery can be swapped, that we can exchange our battery and take a fully charged battery for some sort of money. Here, we are not needed to charge the batteries. Here, this helps the people who are driving for the emergency purposes. The battery swapping can be used in the electric vehicles. Okay, here, by saying this, I conclude my words. So, if there is any question, you can ask.
The per capita income of a person in India the per capita income of a person decreases day by day as per new what statistics. Do you think he can affordable to purchase EV? He can afford?
Yes, in the electric vehicle itself, there is the option that they can buy a car in EMI. Like in the normal vehicles, you can also buy a vehicle in EMIs. So he can pay the amount on the monthly, he can pay the month payment, and he can afford electric vehicles.
Do you think EV vehicles are eco-friendly?
Yes, of course. Compared to the normal vehicles, we have heard in many areas that due to the petrol, the explosion is been occurred in the petrol vehicles. As same here, due to electric vehicle, it is friendly. Like even in the electric vehicle, there is a system that hydrogen fuel. It is very eco-friendly. That only with the power of hydrogen we can run the vehicle.
There is a many instances that EV vehicles catching fire in between the ride. Here is two instances. One, the EV vehicles are catching fire while driving, and the service after buying. You can see there is a lot of Ola showrooms. So filled with many bikes. They have not getting good service. Even there is a complaint also registered regarding that. Do you think the common man, by all seeing this, he will purchase the EV vehicle?
Yes. You might also have heard the news that by eating a candy, a baby have died by exhausting. I am taking as an example. Not only in the electric vehicles, even in the petrol vehicles, there is a complaint. So I am saying that out of 100, only 2 or 3 of them, the vehicle might catch fire due to some mistakes. The mistakes might happen in any way. So here I am saying that out of 100, only 2 or 3 may catch fire. So we cannot say that every electric vehicles may cause fire through it.
Okay, additional to that. Do you think these EV vehicles are eco-friendly?
Yes, of course. These electric vehicles, as I recently said that, there is a system that fuel cell electric vehicles which is used by hydrogen fuel. Hydrogen fuel is eco-friendly. That you might have know that the hydrogen fuel is eco-friendly. And comparing to the normal vehicles.
Okay. I'm asking about not hydrogen fuel engine. I'm asking about EV engine vehicles.
Yes, the battery, there is a battery provided in the electric vehicles. It is being charged through the electric. Where does this electric get? It gets from the natural resource.
Okay.
So,
do you think that this natural resource like EV batteries are produced from metals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, which can be harmful for environment, contribute to unethical labor practices?
one thing I want to say that the technology is.
Here. In addition to that question, when you excavate lithium, you said that EV vehicles are greenhouse friendly. It's not very eco-friendly, you said. When you excavate lithium, there's a lot of carbon emission will happen.
Exactly.
A lot of carbon emission will happen. Do you still think that EV vehicles are eco-friendly? Because you can't find any lithium spots in India or many. You should go to the cold areas of the world to find lithium. There are protests are going on regarding excavating the lithium from the beneath of the earth. There's a lot of H2O used to excavate lithium. Do you still think that EV vehicles are eco-friendly?
Yes, here I want to say that if you might think that the electric vehicles are not eco-friendly, but the technology is developing day by day. If they will find out the solutions if there is any problems. Like you said that there is some protest lithium.
If you want to excavate lithium, you need lot of water to that. So it will. You can find the lithium in where the cold areas of the world. So there are protests are going on because there is a lot of water is wasting due to lithium, and there is a lot of carbon emission, which very harmful to the environment.
Okay, as you said that the batteries need lithium. Yes. So the technology is developed, so they can change developing the batteries, they can change the manufacture of the batteries without using the lithium. There is a possible that a statement has given, I think in Tesla they have given the statement that they will manufacture the battery without using the lithium.
This is escape plan. This is called escape plan.
No.
When you are thirsty, don't dig the water. Don't dig the well right now. I'm asking how you are going to change the engine. Right now we are talking about the engine problem. So now you are providing the solution that right now you are going to change the engine to market. Already it is being introduced in the market.
I want to say that today not this is not the technology which it was in the before 10 years. So I want to say that in the day by day, as the day goes, the technology will be developed, come from definitely. You might know that the technology is developing day by day. So these types of issues can be, I am very confident in it. These types of solutions will be cleared in the upcoming days.
Okay, till then we are going to die. Okay, thank you.
In addition to that, I have some questions. Do you think Indian infrastructure is ready to adopt EV vehicles? Indian infrastructure, road facilities, and the infrastructure in the highways are capable to adopt the EV vehicles.
Why not? We can see the electric.
I will elaborate the question. If you travel in a highway, for example, Bangalore highway, for every kilometer or 3-4 kilometers, you can find petrol bunks. Do you think still EV vehicles can find the charger stations like that?
Yes, almost. We can. You said that in traveling from Bangalore to Bangalore, there is
just example.
Okay. There is a vehicle which is known as Volkswagen ID7, which can travel 700 kilometers once if it charges. Definitely, you can find the another EV charging systems while traveling 700 kilometers. In between this, you can get the electric vehicle charging system.
Do you think CNG and what is the difference you will find between CNG engines and EV vehicles?
So here, as I explained here, in the third one, the electric vehicles are cheaper in operating. Like electricity are cheaper than the gasoline. We can see the price of the petrol. It is compared to the electric vehicles. The price of the electricity are low. And while seeing the maintenance, the normal vehicles which are run by petrol and diesel needs lots of maintenance like oil checking and changing of parts. But the vehicles of electric, the changing of parts as well as oil checking is not needed in it. And for the normal vehicles, there is registration fees are little bit high than the electric vehicles, and as well as the taxes are been little bit high than the electric vehicles. But the electric vehicles have lower tax and lower registration fees. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Beloved scholars and all those who are concerned here with the curiosity of enlightenment. It's a pleasurable moment for me to express some few words in front of you all. May Allah grant it. Ameen ya Rabbal Alamin. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Muhammad Rashid from Mangalore, studying at KJN campus, Mithur. And today, I would like to introduce my presentation. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Muhammad Rashid from Mangalore, studying at KJN campus, Mithur. And today, I would like to introduce my presentation, the nanorobots, the future of technology. A tiny machines with big future. Here we explore the potential futures of nanorobots. Welcome to the world of nanorobots. What are nanorobots? Nanorobots are a tiny machines that can do specific jobs in a specific period. And it's a type of thing that it will be used in the purpose of medical applications in future. And also it has gained this success in all the scientific experiments. And also these nanorobots are the types of robots that can be swallowed through the swallowable capsules, which dissolves in our stomach and starts to detect the human disease in our body. And also it can also be injected to our body through hypodermic needles or through micro injections, which detects the human disease and also cures the diseases. And also these nanorobots repairs the bad blood cells and also restores the damaged tissue in a human body. And also these nanorobots are very small in size, that it holds the size of 100 nanometers, whereas 1 nanometer is equal to 1 billionth of a meter. Think how small it might be. These nanorobots are being made from special materials. The materials like carbon nanotubes, DNA, protein, and silver nanoparticle, gold nanoparticle, and magnetic nanoparticle. These nanorobots are being made through computer-aided design, which will be used in the purpose of medical and industrial applications. How nanorobot works? Nanorobots can do several works, like they can be controlled outside. Like if a nanorobot is functionalizing inside our body, then it can be controlled. It can be controlled externally through wireless devices and transmissions. And also it can work in their own environment. Like these nanorobots have the particular sensors to detect the specific molecules, to detect the specific lights, color, and vibrations and pressures in a human body. They can work in their own environment. It represents as a positive aspects of nanorobots. Next slide. What are the applications of nanorobots? What can nanorobots do? Nanorobots are being programmed like a cells in our body. Like if you take an example, if a nanorobot inserted person gets wound or hurt to his body, then the nanorobot starts to functionalize automatically and vanishes all the pains and wounds that occur to the person. And whereas the same as if that person's bone gets broken, if a nanorobot inserted person's bone gets broken, then the nanorobot starts to functionalize and repairs the broken bone and makes it as it was usual before. It's a power of nanorobots. And the nanorobots helps the doctors to diagnose the disease and also targets the specific cells and reduces the side effects of the diseases. And also these nanorobots can helps in the recovery of recovery of cancer treatment and in the surgery. And we all might know that there is no specific medicine or a specific treatment for cancer disease. But the technological innovators have said that the nanorobot have the higher chances to recover the cancer treatment. They have the higher chances to recover the cancer disease, which was being proved in the lab experiment. Next. And what are the solutions what are the benefits and futures of nanorobots? Nanorobots helps the people to live a healthy life and also innovates the new possibilities in the medical applications. Many technological inventors have said that in future the nanorobot hold the major role in the medical application and also results as a solution for the complex problems that arise from the people. And we all might know at the present, the nanorobots have been introduced in several countries. And all the scientific experiment has gained success, proving that the nanorobot will innovate the medical application in the scientific world. And here comes, what are the solutions? Here question arises, what are the solutions for the potential problems of nanorobots? Think if a nanorobot gets failed in programming inside our body, what can be done? Yes, of course, if a nanorobot gets failed in programming inside our body, then it can be deactivated through MRI. Through magnetic resonance imaging, it can be deactivated when it is inside our body. It's a type of system which has been created by the developers for the purpose of taking a precaution on it. It's a type of, we can say as a precaution on it, we're taking as precaution on it. And at the end, here we come to know what are the aspects and what are the solutions for the potential problems of nanorobots and the requirements and its consequence in future of nanorobots in the future. By giving a full stop to my words, I conclude here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Do you have any idea that how nanobots are produced?
They have been produced in the in the world. I will look in the worldwide. There are many companies. Overall, 13 to 15 companies are being produced. Means if you take an example of a company, there is a JEOL company, and it is a company of Japan, and there is another company named as Bulker company in US, and they have been created. They have been created through the scientific experiment. They have made up of the technological innovators have said that they are inventing these nanorobots for the purpose, for the main purpose of for the curing the disease, for the curing the cancer disease. It was been created for the main purpose of curing the cancer diseases.
The body type of the body type differs from person to person. There is no similarity between the body types of the person. Do you think the nanobots will suit or fits for every body type?
Yes, of course. These nanorobots have been, when the nanobots were been invented, the technological inventor had made these several types of experiments. They first of all they made the experiment on the animals, and while they come to know that it has gained the success in those experiments, they started to make an experiment upon the human beings. While this experiment has been done, they come to know that in that experiment, in the experiment made in human being, they come to know that in future, in overall, if it is some in 3-5 years, they have said that they can be bring into as usual, they can bring it to at that time, and they have promised that, they have given a word that it can be innovate the new possibilities in the upcoming futures.
You said if the joint of a person breaks, nanobot will fix it. Then what about the organ failure? If some person suffers from kidney failure, it will work or what?
Yes. At present they are researching about the main goal of these technological inventors have said that their main goal is to cure the cancer disease, and they are mainly focusing on to cure the cancer disease. And also they have said that it makes the bad blood cells, it repairs the bad blood cells, and also restores the damaged tissue in our body.
Don't you think that that can be hacked by some hackers?
Yes, of course.
Can be hacked.
No, if we think that some people hacked it cannot be hacked. But we think that if the people hacked, then I said that through MRI, there is a system named MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. Through the MRI, it can be deactivated. While it has been deactivated, it dissolves into liquid and comes out from the urinary bladder.
Okay, that is operated by a person, third person, right? So if he is a hacker, he can use whatever he wants.
No, if an nanobot, if a single person can't means he can't control the system. A single person, there must be need a crowd people. Means somewhat 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
If a single people hacked, then the other 2 people can be deactivated through MRI.
Okay. There might be a chance of mass hacking also. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you think it's affordable to a common people like me and you?
What, sir?
It's affordable to common people like me and you?
No. Yes, of course. It means these nanorobots have been introduced. These nanorobots are introduced now. At present, it has been introduced only in the Britain and Japan. They are introduced 20 nanorobots, and the technological inventor have said that in future it might be. And in realme, we come to know that in India there is somewhat 5 companies are therefore which have been creating the nanorobots, which have been developing the nanorobots. And while we look at that, the technological inventor have said that they didn't give a clue that what might be the rate of the nanorobots. Means if you think that, like if you want if they think that if you have a heart attack, if he had a heart disease, then if he have to survive in next days, he have to take a treatment. If it might cost the lakhs of amounts, he should pay that. If he doesn't pay that, then he can't live in his upcoming days. So if you want to live, he should pay the amounts.
Do you think there may be unemployment due to nanorobots in medical field?
No, if you think that through the comings of nanorobots, the unemployment, if you think that, then we can come to know the nanorobots can't be controlled through AI. It has to be controlled from the people or the doctors. Like if the nanorobots, due to the arrival of nanorobots, the unemployment gets, the people get job. Means if a treatment has been done by 2 or 3 people, then one has to look after the people who has been one have to look after the patient, and another have to control the nanorobots. And he gets the
Don't you think in future that nanobots are controlled by AI?
No, nanorobot.
In future.
Okay, yes, yes, of course. You think that these nanorobots can be are been attached through AI, but it can't be controlled by controlled by the AI. It has been attached by AI, but it can't be controlled by the AI. Means it is a purpose of like take it's an robots which can be only controlled by the people. Like think that if a patient gets any diseases, then he has to recover to cure the disease. The doctor is necessary.